Welcome everyone to the next podcast episode, How Builders Think. My guest today is a really cool guy. You might know him from his Lego Mario videos. My guest today is Darkrai Bricks. Welcome to
Thank you, Clone Plays,
Yeah.
for... Oh, shoot.
welcome. Yeah, I was just going to say welcome to the podcast.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
Do you have anything you want to share with the audience before we just get started?
Alright, I'll just tell a little brief personal information. Hello, my name is Kaden, and I make Lego videos on my channel.
Cool. All right. So, with that being said, what is your favorite Lego theme that you like to build in?
I'd have to say Star Wars for that one.
Any particular reason why it's Star Wars?
Not a particular reason, but I just really like Star Wars in general. Not Lego Star Wars, but I mean, I do like Lego Star Wars, but I just really like Star Wars as a franchise, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I started off with just getting like Star Wars action figures and things like that, and then I saw Star Wars the Clone Wars movie in theaters, and I was like, all right, well, and then I got really I guess you could say obsessed with Star Wars, and then my parents bought me some Lego sets. Like, oh, okay, well, I'm into this now.
Wait, you saw it in theaters?
Yeah, when the Clone Wars movie first came out, it
Dang.
was in theaters, and I saw it then. So it was pretty cool. I got to see like the Battle of Teth and all that on the big screen. So it was pretty cool.
That's really cool.
But I mean, now you can basically see it on any screen because it's all on Disney Plus. So.
Yep.
Speaking of Disney Plus and stuff like that, are you excited about all the new shows they recently just announced that they're going to be doing for Star Wars?
Andor, Lando, the Bad Batch. I'd have to say I'm most excited for the Bad Batch because I really like the Clone Wars, and that's like kind of like a continuation, if you will. But yeah.
Yeah, that is the one I am the most excited for. When they first announced that they were going to do a show back when season 7 was first coming out on Disney Plus, I was like, Bad Batch. They didn't do so much in the Clone Wars show. We only saw them in like 3 episodes, I want to say, and yeah, they're not Delta Squad. That's for sure. But seeing the trailer for what their show is going to look like, oh, okay, this is a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
I don't think the Andor one. I'm not too excited for that one. I don't know. I just didn't really like Rogue One because everyone just kind of died. So I mean, it'll be an interesting show to watch, though.
Yeah, for sure. Andor's not one of my favorites that they announced, but I mean, I'm on the other end. I really liked Rogue One for how realistic it was because yeah, everyone did die at the end. It's like kind of it would make sense, but I mean, it's interesting because from what I've seen from some of the pictures they've released, it looks like it's also going to be within that same time period, like probably after the Bad Batch show and all that, like that time period. So I'm just excited to see more Clone Wars stuff.
Yeah.
No matter whatever it is, as long as there's some like Clone Wars references in there, I'll be fine with it.
I was so happy when Ahsoka appeared in The Mandalorian. Because I was really upset that they ended this Clone Wars show. And yeah, it was definitely a relief to see Ahsoka in The Mandalorian.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Going back to Lego Star Wars, would you say the Clone Wars is also your favorite time period to build Lego in?
Definitely. I've done quite a few mocks from the Clone Wars. Or Clone Wars related.
Nice. Who would you say is your favorite clone trooper then, if you had to choose?
Either Gree or Bakara. It's a tough choice between those two.
Ooh, those are some interesting choices. Why those two?
Okay, well, Gree, I don't know. I just think he's really cool. Even though he died from Yoda beheading him,
Yeah.
I like green, and I like his armor, and it's pretty cool. And Bakara, I don't know. I don't know.
I can see that. Yeah, Gree was pretty cool in episode 3. He has some really cool armor. He looks like he's wearing like something that someone in the real world would wear, except obviously the helmet.
Yeah, the helmet's pretty shiny.
Yeah, it is really shiny. And then we get to know more about his personality in the Clone Wars shows. It's like, oh, now I'm kind of sad that Yoda just beheaded him.
Yeah, I know. Especially the first episode of the Clone Wars. Wait, wasn't Gree in that one?
uh, Greek showed up later. I believe it was also still. It was either season 1 or season 2, but he shows up later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Bakara
So I
would.
remember Yoda having that talk with all the clones in that cave. That was
That was
really
pretty.
sad.
Yeah, it was pretty cool to hear him say that. But then also remember that later on, him and Obi-Wan just slaughter a bunch of 501st troopers at the temple. Which albeit though, the 501st troopers just slaughtered a bunch of Jedi. So it's like, it's kind of understandable, I guess,
Yeah.
to a degree. But yeah, Bakara is an interesting choice as well, because right now we don't know a whole lot about him other than he guns down Mundi on Megito, and I think that's pretty much about all we know about him. It's just from that one scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the Galactic Marines. Their armor is very cool. I like dark red as a color. That's why I like Iron Man a lot.
Oh yeah, a lot of Iron Man suits are dark red, aren't they?
Yeah, it's the I think it's called the Bleeding Edge, I'm pretty sure.
Like the color
The
or
armor.
the suit?
No, the armor.
Oh, okay.
Iron Man's armor, yeah.
I didn't. Yeah, for some reason I thought. Yeah, for some reason I thought his main color was just like an actual, like, quote unquote actual red, so like not dark red, but I was just misremembering. But yeah, the Galactic Marines are really cool. Them as well. We only see them once, but yeah, they're like snow trooper painted armor. It looks really good.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can see more and more of them. Hopefully we can just see more and more of all the other clone units we barely met throughout the Clone Wars show and Episode 3.
I would love a Galactic Marine battle pack, like how the 501st battle pack was made, but instead of the 501st, you get some Galactic Marines and Commander Baraka. Or Bakara, not Baraka.
Oh, don't worry. I say that commander's name all the time. That's why you haven't heard me say it yet, because I'm afraid to. I say it wrong every time. It's just my brain goes with like the way you just said it.
Baraka.
Yeah, it's one of those words in my brain that just never comes out right when you say it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be cool. I hope we just get more Clone Wars sets in general. I'm hoping because of the Bad Batch show we will, because I'm hoping the Bad Batch show will be popular enough that Lego will take an interest in it. But I think
see their shuttle.
Yeah, their shuttle looks really cool. One thing I've noticed, and I guess this is me tying us back to talking about Lego and how builders think. So something I've noticed is their shuttle is very similar in design to Palpatine's shuttle in Episode 3. And Palpatine's shuttle we got a Lego set several years ago. So you could probably modify Palpatine's shuttle to become the Bad Batch's shuttle. Because
that would be pretty.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the Palpatine shuttle set like fully built in a while. But yeah, I believe all you would need to do is just modify the cockpit area and just make it a lot more pointy. Same with
the interior, because there's like a Darth Vader making machine in there.
Well, yeah, you would want to take that out. There's quite a bit of space, honestly, in that set that if you were to modify it, you could make a lot of spots. One weird thing about that suit is you get these are they olive green? No, they're dark green chairs. It's like the only time I've ever seen that chair part be in dark green.
Shuttle?
Yeah, in that shuttle, like in the interior, except for the cockpit.
Oh yeah.
I think the cockpit doesn't come with one, but I could be wrong. But they have like those dark green chairs. Like,
there's,
why?
Some holiday. Yeah, there's some holiday sets that have them. Like, there's a Santa's sleigh in one of the winter holiday sets that have green chairs, the dark green.
That makes sense. I don't. For me, I mainly focus on Lego Star Wars. So when it comes to the other themes, like the Christmas sets and stuff like that, I don't look too much at them, unless I see them while I'm looking at Instagram or whatever.
Yeah, I don't either. I used to collect them when I was like little, but I just like Star Wars and Lego Mario now.
Yeah, speaking of Lego Mario, your Lego Mario videos seem to be doing pretty well on the YouTube.
Yeah, my voice crack. Anyway, my most viewed one has over 200,000, and it's very stupid. It's 2 seconds long.
Which one is that one? Because I mean, you
L-
got quite a few that are a little on the ridiculous
It's
side.
it's it's the Lego Mario's attire video.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I just looked at your channel the other day for when I was doing research for trivia time that we'll do later on, and yeah, it was like, what? I don't remember him making Lego Mario into a tire, but okay. Is there
Yeah, I
any?
also did a. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, it's fine. You go.
So what I guess motivates you to do those Lego Mario? Like, what about the Lego Mario stuff appeals to you?
I don't know. I think they were just like, they're like, first of all, they were like funny ideas that came to mind, like, huh, this looks cool. And then I saw a video on YouTube one day. It was like Lego Mario gets dizzy or something. I was like, huh, let me take my own shot at this. I didn't make the dizzy one, but I made some other ones. And they're doing good. And then I made the Lego Mario's attire, and then that one blew up. So, yeah.
Because apparently everyone wants to see Lego Mario as a tire, I guess.
Very entertaining content. 10 out of 10.
Would watch again. But yeah, I don't know. For me personally, I'm not a huge fan of how like the Mario looks and the other creatures and Toad and Luigi and all of them look in Lego. At least the way that Lego did it, I'm not a huge fan of how they look, but I mean some of the builds themselves look alright. Like the Thwomps, if I remember right, look okay for being like Thwomps and stuff like that. So it's not a
Yeah, I
theme.
feel like it would just be like a reprint if they did Luigi, because I don't know how would they just make it like a little slightly taller.
Slightly taller, slightly less
Yeah.
fat. It would, yeah. They'd probably, if they ever did Luigi, they'd probably have to just remove the computer parts of Mario, so
Probably.
only Mario would be able to do the Mario stuff.
Yeah, he might be just like an interactable like character, where it's like Toad, where there's like a little QR code in front of it, and then you just like have Mario stomp on that or something, and it interacts with the character.
Yeah, and so yeah, for me personally, I'm just not a huge fan of the Lego Mario thing, but that's just me. So what kind of speaking of your Lego Star Wars Clone Wars marks, what different planets and stuff have you done? Have they been like named planets or ones you've made up or what?
Done two Felucia ones actually. I've done it. My first ever video was actually a Felucia mock, and recently, like around I have to say, like 6 months ago, I built a how to build Felucia scenery. Only using pieces from the pick-a-brick wall, and that one turned out way better than my first one. So that wasn't like a mock; it was more like a how-to video, but still a mock because if you go to the video, I put all this scenery on a base plate, and it looked good.
Yeah, I'd count that. I feel like that's a really good video to have in the show. It's like how to make the different planets on different planets and stuff because I've seen quite a few videos recently going through different Lego Star Wars videos of different mocks and it's like they claim it's this one planet, but it's like eh, that's not what that planet looks like. So that's really cool that you did that so people could like make their Felucia mocks if they choose to do it a little bit more like Felucia.
The reason I actually did that video is because my friend was making a Felucia mock, and I was like, "Hey, do you know how to build Felucia mock or not Felucia scenery because of your first video?" You know, and I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna make an upgrade," and then I made the video, and then I linked it to him on Discord, and he was like, "Thanks, man," and yeah. So that was like the main reason why I built it. I was gonna continue the series with other planets, but I just haven't gone to the pick a brick wall in a long time, especially since COVID, because a lot of people reach in there and all that. But they have a new system at the Lego store. I haven't used it yet, but yeah, it seems pretty interesting.
Yeah, I've seen people use the new system. I've heard about the new system. I mean, it makes sense in light of COVID, but I mean, I'm probably just gonna hold off until maybe the system goes back to you just pick your own bricks with your hands.
Yeah.
Whenever we can finally get back to that point. The last time I went to the Lego store in my state, um, I looked at the pick a brick wall, and there wasn't a whole lot desirable parts on the wall at the time. And also just the fact a lot of things that I like for mock building or my army building project and stuff, there just really isn't a whole appeal for me to go to the Lego store anymore, except for I don't know, getting them VIP points and saving those up somewhere.
Fortunately, I live in the part of my state where there's not a Lego store, so if I want to go to the Lego store, I have to drive like 4 hours, I think. It's pretty crazy. I don't really want to go that far.
Yeah, that is a
Even
long.
though I'm not the one driving, I'm still gonna be in the car.
Right. That was a long drive. I know for me, so since I've been living in the state that I live in, there hasn't always been a Lego store. So for a long time, the closest one to me was like a state away or two states away. I can't remember. It was only until I was in my late teen years that Lego finally decided to put a store in my state. Luckily, they put it in the capital, and I live close to the capital of my state. So I was like, oh, okay, well, this is not that bad. But like I said, there's like there are those times when you go and there's just like nothing there that you want, or you'll go and the one or two things you wanted, it's already been sold out. It's not there. Or you finally have that moment where you go and there's
Yeah.
actually the stuff you want. It's like, oh, okay, cool. I can finally finally buy the things I want. So I usually tend to just buy off of Lego's online pick a brick wall if I can. Only issue there is it takes a long time for it to be shipped.
Yeah, because they come from Denmark. I experienced that like a week ago. I got some of those nice gray pieces from the Poe Dameron's X-Wing. It was like, do you know what pieces I'm talking about? They're like
I think so.
curved. Okay, well, I got some of those, and it took like a year to get here. It took like around maybe like 2 weeks or something. It's pretty insane.
Wow, that is a long time. Yeah, I've mainly had it, so it's taking them about a month each time. I've done it twice now, and each time it's taken about a month since the time that I first placed the order. Then, like a week later, they finally take my money and then put the order together. And then during that time, and then it takes another about like 2-3 weeks for them to finally like ship it out. And so by the time everything's said and done, it has taken a month for me from the moment I put in my order to the moment it finally arrived to my house. And it's like, man, I can buy from Brick or Bricklink stores and stuff like that and get my stuff within 2 weeks. It's like,
Yeah.
So unless you really need like this one specific part, like in abundance, then I would probably recommend like Bricklink stores. Or if you need like custom stuff and you live in the U.S., go for Clone Army Customs. If you don't live in the U.S., then I'm sorry. And then I guess what there's like SW Customs UK or whatever for everyone who lives in the UK and whatever that are like authorized sellers of CAC stuff. So yeah, it gets tricky when you start getting into the custom stuff of trying to find exactly what you want.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of Clone Army Customs just for the fact that like I just want real minifigures, not like custom printed stuff. I don't know why. It's just I'll probably never get into Clone Army Customs.
That was me a couple of years ago, but I've switched my opinion on them recently when I started wanting to do my army building projects. Like, oh wow, like when I was doing my research for it, it's like, wow, Lego really hasn't done a whole lot of all the clones. There's so many clones and a whole lot of the battle droids that Lego just never made. So it's like, oh well, my only answer if I actually want to use those clones and droids in a mock, well, I gotta go to custom route. And as far as I can tell, CAC's the best for certain aspects. Obviously, once the other problem with getting custom stuff is the price. Everything's a lot more expensive than official parts, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Some official parts are still quite expensive because it just didn't come in that many sets.
yeah. That's another thing that kind of drove me off was the price. So I was just never thinking about getting any of those. Instead, spending my money on real Lego sets and stuff.
That's if you can, that's probably the best way because I mean, especially if you, for instance, like movie style clone troopers that Lego made, if you were able to stockpile that most recent clone trooper battle pack they came out with, then you'd be in luck because that leg printing on those clone troopers is hard to come by because apparently it didn't come
Yeah.
in that many sets, and unfortunately I kind of need quite a few of that leg printing. So it's like, ah, man. So I mean, in that instance, it might honestly be cheaper for me to do custom because like Clone Army Customs, if they have it in stock, they usually have quite a bit in stock. Or I can try and like maneuver my way through like 18 different Bricklink stores and get all the legs, and so it's like I can either just buy them all from one place or try and sneak my way and get all official parts from like 18 different stores, like I said, or whatever. So it's an interesting world when you start doing like uh trying to build an army, at least the way that I'm trying to do it.
The way you're trying to do it compared to the normal way.
Yeah, because I have a few like stipulations or rules. I'm trying to have the figures like trying to have the figures all look similar to each other. Like if this one clone trooper has leg printing, then they should all have leg printing and things like that. So I've made it a lot harder on myself to do it that way, but I feel like it'll
Hmm.
definitely pay off in the long run. But that's enough about that project. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we switch into trivia time?
Uh, not, not really.
All right. Well, let's switch into trivia time. For everyone who's new to the podcast series, trivia time is where I ask our lovely guests 3 trivia questions about their YouTube channel. This can be anything from their view count, from random details in their YouTube videos, or it can be whatever. As long as it has something to do with their YouTube, I probably have come up with a question. So, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right. Trivia question number 1. How many Jedi are in your first Felucia mock?
Oh, no. Okay, I think there was Quinlan Voss. There was Luminara.
Mm-hmm.
There was. I think there's one more. I don't know who it was though. Was it? Come
Well,
on. You know what? No.
well,
I was gonna say
you
look. Let me look at my shelves and see what Jedi I have.
well, you are correct. There were 2 Jedi. As far as I could tell when I was doing my research on that video, it was Quinlan Voss and Luminara Unduli. Now, there
Oh,
is a
okay.
chance I might have missed a Jedi, but I believe there was only 2. So,
Okay.
the 2 that you named were in that mock, so I give you the point for that one.
All right. So should I go back into the video and look or something?
If you want to after the podcast, you can.
Okay. Okay.
All right, trivia question number 2. As of the 13th, how many views does your YouTube channel have?
Think it's around like 240,000 or something.
Ooh, you're pretty close. As far as the 13th, when I did all my research, it was 256,040.
Dang.
So, pretty
10,000.
pretty good number.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm at anymore, but I also don't look, so
Yeah, I don't really look at my about anymore.
right? It's like you just make it the first time when you make your channel and then boom, forget about it. Cuz like the only time
I don't
I've
know when the
actually
last time I
ever
did. Oh, sorry.
oh, no. The only time I've actually like used anyone's about page is when I email them to like, "Hey, do you want to be on the podcast show?" That's about it. Like I never go. It's either I go onto their about page, the email like, "Yo, do you want to be on the podcast show that I host?" Or it's like Oh, well, I need to come up with some trivia questions. So let me see if there's any like cool Easter eggs I can find on their about page that they may have forgotten about or something.
Yeah.
All right, are you ready for the final question?
Yes, I am.
All right. What three franchises are on your YouTube channel banner?
It's Pokemon, Lego, and wait, no. It was like Lego, Pokemon, and Star Wars, I think. Yeah, Star Wars, Lego, and Pokemon.
You're pretty close. When I first wrote this question, I was dumb and I wrote four franchises, and then I realized that the last two franchises were the same thing, and I just forgot that that one franchise had that specific logo for a while. But so the three franchises are Marvel, Pokemon, and Lego Star Wars. I combined
Oh,
Lego and Star Wars because, yeah,
dang.
you were really close. You got two out of the three. So,
I
yeah.
just make videos. I don't look at my banners.
Same. I haven't looked at my channel banner in a while. Last time I looked, the only time I look at it is when I'm like, when I notice it out of the corner of my eye. I was like, I need to update that. I don't like. I've noticed something on it that says something I don't do anymore. It's like, oh yeah, I should probably update that.
Actually, gonna update mine pretty soon. My friend is working on it for me.
Gonna
Yeah,
have
it's gonna
some
be a little
custom
different.
art.
Yep.
Nice.
Lego Mario's definitely gonna be on it.
The
He's
man,
like my channel mascot.
the man, the myth, the legend, Lego Mario. Well, nice. Well, that's everything I had prepared for the podcast. So if you'd like, you can you want to plug all your social media and stuff.
Actually, I had some questions for you as well.
Oh yeah, go ahead. You
Okay.
can always ask me questions.
All right. So, what is your current favorite Lego Star Wars set that you own?
That is a tough question. I would say at the moment, the two sets that usually come to mind, I don't actually have built at the moment. I'm actually working on as of the day that we're recording this podcast, later today I'm going to be doing a live stream while I'm building this set. A relative of mine a couple months ago gave me another set of the ATTE from 2013. So I'm going to say that's my favorite at the moment.
That's really good.
Yeah, that
Okay, what is your favorite Lego, not Lego Star Wars, what is your favorite Star Wars character?
Favorite Star Wars character is probably, unless I could like say like my favorite Jedi and favorite clone, but as my favorite overall is probably just Anakin Skywalker.
Favorite Lego theme besides Lego Star Wars?
Besides Lego Star Wars is either
Yeah.
to keep my answer brief because sometimes I go really long on my answer for this when other people have asked me, is usually either Lego Indiana Jones or classic Lego Space.
Do you have some of the Indiana Jones sets?
I don't actually. Every time I've seen like a secondhand, like the sets for secondhand, there's always a Star Wars set, so I always go with the Star Wars one first because it's like that's what I do. But I do own a few random torsos of Indiana Jones figures. I almost own a full Indiana Jones. All I'm missing is the right hat for him. But yeah, my dad used to collect a bunch of the Lego space sets when he was a kid, so I have a bunch of those. Unfortunately, they're not built either. They're just sitting in a box, but one of these days I'll put them back together.
Alright, this is the last question I got. What is your favorite movie? It can be Star Wars, any movie at all.
So my favorite movie, including Star Wars, is probably either Revenge of the Sith or The Empire Strikes Back. Not
Nice.
not including Star Wars is probably the Indiana Jones movies.
Which one?
Probably the first one, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Nice.
No one needs to talk
Yep,
about.
those are all the questions I have for you.
Nice. No one needs to talk about Indiana Jones number 4. That one's a bit out there. But cool. Well, how can people find you on the internet?
Okay, well, my Instagram is Darkrai Bricks, and I have a Discord server. You can friend me. My user is Darkrai Bricks, and my friend number is 0926. So if you want to friend me on there, you can.
Cool. I'll have all the information on how you can find Darkrai Bricks in the description box below. Thank you for being my guest today, Darkrai. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. I have been your host, Clone Plays. Remember, every clone has its roots in the original. And this is either the end of the video or there might be a clip at the end. Either way, thank you all for watching, and we hope to see you in the next podcast episode. Bye-bye.
See ya.